And away we go.
Cringe.
Bass.
Cringe.
Drop the bass.
Anyway. No. 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 No.
You know what you got to do when you play somebody and they're bad at Warhammer?
You.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Oh, God. It's like a demon possessed my body. It just...
I'm Big D.
And I'm Lil D.
And we are Gamecraft Dragons.
Yeah.
Welcome to Taco Tuesday. Or as I named it this week, Takio! You've activated my trap card. And they're the Leagues of Votan.
Oh, God.
Let's see what we got. We got the Kirschbaum. We got Mr. Carrasquillo. We got Tog Miniatures. We got the Man Commodore. And we got Superfly. Hello. Hello, everyone. We've had some time off, and we're back, and we're here, and this is the stuff. Oh, my God. It has been a crazy week.
Yeah, so Leagues of Votan is getting their book before the guard did.
Yeah.
Sorry. Still a little salty. Just a little bit.
The planet may have broke before the guard
got
did.
their codex.
The planet may have broke before the guard did, but so did the codex for the Votan. Oh, man. You know what the best part about the guard is? They'll get their brand new codex and they'll still be bad.
No, they'll get their codex next edition.
Well, they'll get it, and I'm like, let's see.
They'll just skip. Listen, Tyranids didn't get a codex in 7th edition.
They didn't need one. Heart of the cards.
You
Heart of
have
the
a
cards.
crazy weekend coming up. That's right. Based. Oh, man. Who would ever know what's going on this weekend?
So let's talk about the stuff. Let's talk about some past, and then we'll get in the future, and we'll get into everything in between. So, last week, Big D became unemployed. And that's why we did not have a stream last week.
Yeah.
Now Big D is employed.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
you didn't fucking tell me that. Okay.
Yeah, Big D is
like,
employed.
oh, yeah, I'm employed.
I'm employed again, so everything's back on track. Everything's fine. So I basically got a couple weeks at home until I start my job. And it's a contract, so I've still got a couple more interviews because I got a couple of places that are interested. Because everybody wants a piece of the Big D.
Okay, bud.
So that being said, apologize for there not being a show last week. I was not on the right frame of mind to deal with it.
He was being cringe.
Shenanigans. So, this coming weekend.
Do we want to say it?
We already talked about it, so so this coming weekend, myself, Little D, Lady D, and the Plague Child will all be gone because the Commodore went and found himself a woman way out of his league, but somehow he must have drugged her and convinced her to marry him. Wow. But that's okay. Because all ships float together. So anyway, so the Commodore and Lady Phoenix are getting married this weekend, and we're all going to be there on Saturday. And I'll be there on Friday, I guess, because there's the pre-Majigima thing, and the Lady D is actually standing up. So I'm going to probably be just hanging around in town, just finding people to know. I'll probably take some cards with me and play some Magic at one of the local gaming stores or something stupid like that.
Got him.
Got him.
Cringe.
We have that in common, Big D. Oh, yeah. Yes, we do have that in common.
Right. What else? Do we got anything else?
I married someone that was way out of my league. Oof. I'm fine to admit that. I fully admit that. Will there be gaming tables at the wedding? I mean,
she might kill you.
No, probably the bride and groom be fine with it, but there are other people involved that would have problems with it. So
yeah, that wasn't the shit I was talking about.
And we'll just move on from there. We don't need no commentary on that. We're just saying we're so happy for the bride and groom. We just want them to be happy, and that's all that matters. And we're gonna move on now.
We will murder anyway. Ooh.
All right. So that being said, there was a Warhammer 40K Warp Storm tournament this weekend.
Ooh.
I won.
What'd you win?
A box of dice, because I came in last.
Oh, man. You won. Good job, bud. You got a participation trophy.
I got worse than a participation trophy. I got a you tried. Bum, bum, ba-dum,
Did you lose every game?
How else do you lose the worst? I didn't just lose, I lost the worst all weekend.
Jan Bolter.
Yeah. Hell worse. How you doing, my brother?
Jammed rail rifle.
Well,
that's the problem. You played Tau. That's the reason you lost.
There were three other Tau players there.
Yeah, and they stomped you because they were
no. You know what's funny is that
did they all
no, the funny thing is the other Tau player that I played in the last round, he had lost his first 2 games.
And then beat you.
To Tau. He came all the way from Iowa to play something different. And literally all 3 rounds, he played Tau as the 4th Tau player.
And then he beat you?
Oh yeah, dude, I got mushed.
Oof.
But I got a nice set of Packer colored marble dice out of it, so that was fine. My lovely brother. Yeah, unfortunately, I wanted to be at that show, but I had signed up for this because I'm part of the team actually running the show there. I got all kinds of things. My life is complicated.
He is a complicated. But yeah, so what else you had this week? What else do you do?
We had the wedding. I got fired from a job. I got a new job. Oh yeah, Leagues of Votan are coming out. Man, are they broken.
On my end, I got back into World of Warcraft.
Not me.
I did.
Nope. We don't talk about that here. You know what they need to do? They need to do a World of Warcraft tabletop war game. Oh, they did! It's called Warhammer Fantasy.
Listen. World of Warcraft would make a very fun war game.
No, you're missing the point. That's what Warhammer was.
No,
man.
I understand more. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love Warhammer Fantasy. Warhammer Fantasy is great.
No, but that's what Warcraft
I
was.
know it was. I know that. But it's not what it became. It is not now Warhammer Fantasy. It is Warcraft. It is very, very different from Warhammer now.
It's only, totally different.
It is.
Orcs and elves and humans and...
Oh, man. It's almost like every
dwarves.
fantasy setting is a derivative of Lord of the Rings, which is derivative of other fantasy shit and mythology before it. Man, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, fantasy sucks.
Oh, do we need to get into sci-fi as well? Because Warhammer 40K is just derivative from Dune. I'm just saying.
And
Dune comes from other stuff, and stuff comes from stuff before it, and it all comes from Frankenstein.
Cringe.
It does. Warhammer 40K brings its roots to Frankenstein.
Okay, then.
That's where sci-fi...
I disagree, but that's...
Well, okay, it's not all sci-fi, but, yeah, it does. Frankenstein definitely has a... Anyway, so, getting back on topic. Yeah, that's what I've been getting into. And then we have, too whiny and okay, get fucked. Anyway, so Leagues of Votan.
They're broken.
Oh my god.
I don't even know how they're broken because I haven't actually watched a lot of videos on it. You know why? Because I don't care.
You want to play Space Dwarfs, and that's valid. I want Space Dwarfs to be balanced, but they were never.
It's Warhammer
going to be
40K. Nothing
They
is
were
balanced.
never going to be balanced.
Nothing is balanced. They have rail rifles. You know what I love about them having rail rifles? They have better rail rifles than the Tau.
Can everyone not have a way to remove invulnerable
Hang on.
saves?
No, here's the best part about it.
Fucking dumb.
They have a better rail rifle than the Tau, and it's got the same name as a really bad gun that the freaking mechanics use. Guys, you need some better copywriters to come up with some new words. There's this whole book. It's called the Thesaurus.
Voten got banned from Germany tournaments already.
I mean, I don't know if I like the idea of Germany banning books.
I'm
just saying. I'm just saying. I don't
want. That was what you went for? You went for the Nazi joke?
I didn't say anything about Nazis.
Yes, you did.
I did not. I did not make a Nazi.
I did not see what you did there. Anyway.
It's all related to Kevin Bacon. Ben, you are absolutely correct.
And now I said the N-word, so we're gonna
look at this. It's not like we get any monetization.
Yeah, saying the word Nazi will get you banned, though.
Stop saying it.
I'm sorry, I had to clarify.
You didn't need to clarify.
I did have to clarify.
You did not have to clarify.
I did have to clarify.
You did not. You're cringe.
You're cringe.
Cringe. All right, so here's the problem with Leagues of Votan. They heal like crazy. They restore like crazy. They shoot things off the table.
They have ridiculous psychic powers.
You can't take them off the table. So, like, every aspect of the game is broken for them, according to half the people. And then the other half of the people are like, that's okay.
Listen, Space Dwarfs are cool, but they need to be, like...
They'll get fixed. Watch. They'll get a month of being broken, and then they'll take all their cool stuff away, just like they did to the Tau. The Tau were like, "We are the kings. We are the." My ass just fell off.
They would have to do so much to nerf them.
No, they didn't. Right now. No, they don't. They don't really have to. It's not hard. It's just once again, GW is going to release a book, and within a month to 2 months, the book will no longer be valid, just like they did to the orcs.
Yeah.
Look, it's the Orc Codex. Look, throw it in the trash pile because it's not worth a damn thing. And every other codex. Ben, you're absolutely right. Every single codex. I mean, right now, codexes are running on about 75% content, and you need the Nephilim book for the rest of it. The core rule book can be chucked right out the window. You don't need it anymore because nothing in it is valid anymore.
God, I fucking...
What? On the other hand, as a builder and a painter, I love the aesthetic of the Votan.
Really cool.
They look just like Lego space dudes. Have you looked at them? They look like the Lego Moon. They look just like the Lego Moon Patrol figures from the late 80s and early 90s. They got the glowing orange weapons and the big bubble tires and big bubble cockpits. They look awesome. No. I love them to death.
And I'm waiting for their kill team box where they go up against Tyranids, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be them versus Tyranids in the kill team box. Them versus a new Gene Stealer sculpt.
No. New Gene Stealer sculpt is going to come out with 10th edition and be against the Blood Angels. No, the Votan... Yeah, didn't you hear about that? That's awesome. That's a great rumor.
No, I am excited about the Blood Angel part of it, and I am excited.
I mean, when shit is so broken that Chapter Lord Valorak is looking at taking a break from Warhammer 40K, you know shit's broke.
So here's the thing. I wish every edition didn't start with Space Marines.
You're not gonna ever have that happen.
I know.
You're never gonna have that happen.
I understand. I get it. I know.
Have you seen?
I know.
That's like saying, "Hey, I want an Age of Sigmar starter without any freaking Stormcast in it."
I know.
They're the poster boys of the game. You're never going to get them. As long as they do the starters, that's what they're going to get. Now,
I know.
Now, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think you have a viable point? Absolutely. Do I think there's an easy way around it? Absolutely. Every couple of months, they do these Battle Force boxes that have 2 full armies in them.
Not 2 full armies. They're like 500 points.
They're basically a starter box without a starter book.
Yeah, no, but that point should be made. They are more on like.
That's what I'm saying. Why not? But then that would change their whole release cycle. Why not start the edition with like 5 different boxes?
That would be really fucking cool.
That way you can pick a box, but you just have to go buy a book.
Yeah.
Just have the book separately. Or, heaven forbid, given how disposable the rule books are, just put the rules online.
They're not.
King's of War does it.
I understand.
No, you don't understand.
You're right.
You don't understand. They have the starter rules. Why not? Why? They're not making... Nobody's buying core rule books. Nobody...
But they do at the beginning of an edition.
No, nobody buys the books. They buy a starter box or they don't. Why they buy a starter box? Because even if they don't want the models, they can put the models on eBay because some other sucker will buy them like me. So... So, why bother? No one buys the loose books. Why not just...
They might buy like the codex, but
they'll buy the codexes. They'll buy the codexes, yeah. But they're not going to buy the actual rule book. No one buys the book separately. They buy the box. So why not?
New players do.
No, new players buy starter boxes. They really do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why not put the starter rules online? They have a really robust app. They could put the rules on there for free. They could put the rules in a PDF format on their download section and then release 5 boxes at the start of an edition. Like all the different battle boxes.
I like the idea of that. I don't think GW is going to do that.
Oh, I don't think they do it at all. I absolutely don't think I'm saying they could do it. It would change their business model. But here's the thing. Do you realize how many other war-based game companies do that? Kings of War does it. Destiny does it. Not Destiny. What are they called? There's another sci-fi game that I was looking at because the minis are really cool.
I think the Mephidius Elder Scrolls one does it too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it looks so fucking cool.
There's this sci-fi game I was looking at that's really cool. The soldier, the human soldier dudes look like a hybrid if you took a Tempestus Scions and Space Marines and kind of mashed them together. So they're normal humans, but they're in cool looking, very sleek power armor. They're really cool looking models.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
I think it's a Nemesis or something like that. They're really.
I'm gonna nerd out for just a moment. I think the Mephidius war games have some of the coolest looking models of any war game I've seen. Straight up. They are super cool looking. Mephidius. They do the Fallout war game and the Skyrim war game.
Here's the problem with the Fallout war game. I love the game. I love the concept. I love the models. They are we talk about...
No, absolutely.
We talk about...
they're
it's funny.
Expensive.
It's funny. We talk about GW figures being so expensive, but I buy $60 and I get 10 figures in a box. I spend $30 on freaking...
yeah, but that's...
I spend $30 on Fallout and I get 3 figures.
Yeah.
Holy shit, their figures are expensive.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I want to see this real quick.
No, it's absolutely expensive, and I hate that bit about it. But the models look so cool.
They do. They look really good.
They're fucking so good.
I want Chaos Dwarves. Tog, I'm with you about Chaos Dwarves. I miss them with the giant curly beards. They look amazing.
Someone is going to make a Chaos Space Marine army and take their Leagues of Votan and chaos them up.
I bought Indominus. That's how I got the rules. That's how I have 3 copies of the rule book. Specifically, we bought 3 boxes. We bought 3 Indominus sets in this house.
I promise you, first 6 months that Leagues of Votan is out, someone's going to make a Chaos.
Or you get them in the General's Handbook, and the general rules are in the app. The basic rules are. You're right, and that's what I'm saying. There's no reason to go with a hardcore rule book anymore. We are in the 21st century. We are nearly 25 years into the 21st century. There is no need to be lugging around a 15-pound rule book for a miniature game that you're already going to lug $5,000 worth of miniatures for.
I
No, you're right. You're right, Ben. The rules are in the app. The basic rules are. I'm just saying that entire freaking rule book, that gigantic rule book, and I have several of them because I have the first edition rule book. I have the second. I mean, for Age of Sigmar, I have one copy of the first edition book. I have two copies of the second edition book. I have two copies of the third edition book, and they're these gigantic books. They're books you could kill a toddler with. I mean, they're just. Gamers with coffee.
You could kill a toddler. Jesus.
Yeah, I gotta find out the name of it. I think it's called Nemesis or something. It's a really cool sci-fi game. The soldiers look really cool. They're very sleek. They're not like big bulky figures. They're much more sleek looking. But I thought they were just really great looking figures. And I hear good things about the game. And then they've got like space lizard dudes that are their main enemies that are basically their version of the orcs, but they're like cool things. And
hold on, reel that back. They're their version of the orcs, but they're cool things. Correct yourself.
Okay, they're like the space version of the orcs, but instead of being cobbled together, they actually have real technology.
Okay, cool. I just needed you
to
clarify everybody torn apart.
No, everybody knows I love
by
orcs.
Me.
No,
because orcs are based. All right. So
with that said, 10th edition's coming. We're about a year away from it. We're about a year away from 10th.
Yeah.
The rumors right now are Blood Angels and Tyranids.
Didn't there used to be several years between editions?
Yeah, and we're several years in.
We're like
2 years, and that'll be 3.
Yeah, but like it used to be like 7, 8 years.
No, not really. Think about it.
No, hold on.
Think about it. 8th edition was around 3 years. 7th edition was around 3 years.
Yeah.
6th edition was around for about 4 years.
Hold on.
Yeah, we've been doing 3 to 4 years since the year 2000. Remember, 4th edition lasted forever, and 5th edition lasted forever. But yeah, we were doing 3 years in edition right about now.
I know you're right.
I mean, the best way to look at it, Age of Sigmar came out in 2015. Age of Sigmar came out in 2015, the original Age of Sigmar. Last year was 2021, and that's when 3rd edition came out.
Yeah, it feels weird. You know what I mean?
Well, again, this is the way they're talking. And again, remember, this is GW blowing smoke up people's ass because the idea is that 10th edition, 9th edition was supposed to be a living edition. So 10th edition isn't supposed to be, quote unquote, isn't supposed to be a complete revamp of the rules. It's just supposed to be a collection and redo of the rules as to date. So
okay, so first edition was 1987 to 1993.
Yep.
Third edition was 1998 to 2004. Fifth edition was 2008.
Yeah.
Sixth edition was 2012. Seventh edition was 2014. Eighth edition was 2017. Ninth edition was 2020. Okay.
Yeah, so 2023, 3 years.
Yeah, I'm.
They're right now on a 3-year cycle between editions.
Yeah, and that's fair.
No, it's not. No, it's not fair. It's terrible.
Well, okay.
No, it's absolutely terrible. Because they get about 3 years out of the game and they have to redo all the books because by the time 3 years is up, they finally get everything right near the end of 3 years. And then they throw something to fuck everything up. Hey, welcome to Leagues of Votann. They finally got the rules to the point where right now, the game is in the healthiest version it's been in a decade.
Really?
Yes, it is super balanced. It is super balanced right now. It really is.
Okay.
It's really, I mean,
I have not heard that. I have heard the opposite.
No, then you heard wrong because I'm literally telling you right now the meta is the healthiest. Any army played well can and will win. Seriously. I was playing Tau and got beat by Marines. What kind of shit is that?
Okay.
I mean,
unless you're playing guard, then you don't get to win.
We had a guard army play, and they didn't come in last.
It's because you played.
Ow. Damn.
Uh,
Ow. So the meta's really healthy right now. Every army really does well.
Yeah.
And then Votan's coming out. And yeah, Votan looks broke as hell. The psychic
but
powers
they'll get fixed eventually.
they'll get fixed with because we've got a new data slate coming. We got a new data slate coming out any day now. Because we're in the beginning of the fourth quarter. So we should, or right before we should be getting like a data slate either this month or some point September or early October. Should be getting a data slate. I don't know what they're going to fix right now because everything's pretty balanced right now. The only thing to do is maybe take core away from the Silent King because that's the only really broke.
I've heard some. Okay, the main thing I've heard is still stuff on Tyranids, and I don't know how accurate
Tyranids are beatable. They've got a couple broken models in their kit, but they're still beatable.
Hey, look who it is!
It's my man Mythos.
It's the boy.
Yeah, no, Tyranids are ultimately beatable. The only thing that's really broken in them, in my opinion, are flying hive tyrants. I mean, the way you can stack things up in them. I had a flying hive tyrant jump in, wipe out a 5-man crisis team suit, and then jump away before I could return fire. Literally walked up, meleeed, killed them all, and jumped away, and it wasn't a goddamn thing I could do about it. And then he did it to another unit around later, only because I had extra drones nearby and spiked on my save roll that I actually survived that crap.
Yeah. Okay. I have not heard that. So if people are saying like, yeah, it like stuff is good, then yeah, stuff is good.
Yeah.
When I talk to people about it, it's always like, oh, Tyranids are fucking ridiculous.
Oh, they're powerful, but they're
Tower still good.
Tower good, but they're not unbeatable. Obviously.
Yeah, and there are certain builds of Tower that just feel like, I'm just trying to get through more, like, I'm trying to chug through 10 billion fucking everything. And also, I'm not super familiar with the meta right now because I've been out of it.
Well, and we've been talking about it. So here's the thing.
And the other thing I've heard is like Necrons are
very strong.
Really strong right now.
Necrons are super strong right now.
Like a lot of like Scarab spam, I think it is.
Yep.
You spam like 3 units.
3 squads of 9 Scarabs, yeah, and they're really gross because you give them OBSEC and a pre-game full move. Yeah, it's really gross. Don't get me wrong, Necrons are really powerful right now. Necrons are really good right now. But they've spent most of the edition being garbage, and right now, yeah, they're pretty much some of the best, but they're not unbeatable. That's the point. They're not unbeatable. Tog will tell you, I played him with the Silent King with that build, and I played him with my word bearers, and I meleeed the Silent King to death. I mean, what's that tell you?
I'm sorry.
I mean,
okay, Ben, I understand your viewpoint, and we've had this talk before. The problem is that the gaming group I usually get to play with plays too meta. You have said this stuff in chat before, and I have responded to you with the fact that I play a lot online. And the problem is that everyone online swallow peanuts. Anyway.
No, okay. So here's the thing. You are absolutely correct, Ben. You should play what you like. I should have honestly not played my Tau this weekend. I should have honestly brought my word bearers.
That would have been probably fun.
I mean, I had fun with my Tau, but I brought my Tau because I found a fatal flaw in my word bearers, and I didn't want to run into that flaw because I figured in a bigger tournament I would get my ass stomped with that. And it's really funny because I think if I had brought my word bearers armory, I would have done much better. Because I misplayed a lot this weekend. I mean, honestly, I played 3 good players and I misplayed a shitload of games. So it is what it is. You should play what you want.
September was tough. Yeah, but go word bearers next month because spooky.
No, next month I'm TOing. I'm the TO next month.
That's lame.
No. It's not lame.
It's lame. You're lame.
I'm on the leaderboard right now.
Like what? Like
I've literally
70, spot 75.
no, pretty much like always, spot 8, right in the middle of nowhere.
Hey, does that still mean you get to do the big finale one at the end?
Yeah, I'm still. I still
Okay.
got a spot.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be like out of 24 slots or 36 slots, I'll be like, slot 23. Kirsch, here's the thing.
But no,
So
okay. So
yeah, you're right. You absolutely should play what you want. And I agree. And when you and here's the big difference. And again, because it's two conversations. When you're playing casually with your friends, when you're playing for fun with your buds, you should never play a meta list. You should absolutely play funsies. Play funsies.
People who play meta lists when you're doing a funsy game are stupid. They're dumb and they're dumb babies.
Yeah. I mean, you really should. You should play what you want. That's why I have as many armies as I have, because I love this game, and I don't want to play the meta. I want to play what I want to play when it comes time to play the game. I feel like playing guard today. You're going to get killed. I don't care. I want to put 9 Layman Russes on the table. Screw you. That's what I want to do.
The problem boils down to.
But when you talk about the competitive scene, because there are two worlds in Warhammer. There is the casual funsy scene, which is, and this is not a knock to anybody. I want to be clear. This is not a knock to anybody. When you want to play a list because you want to play the figures you like, the army you like, the way you want to play the game, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And you absolutely should play that way.
No,
100%.
Dude,
and that's how I want to play 90% of the time, which is what I've been doing Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Totally.
I've been playing ridiculous lists when I play because that should be fun to play. And I don't care.
That's what I want to do like 98% of the time.
But the problem is when you're playing with people that are playing meta, playing tournament lists. I mean, I feel bad for poor Mythos. Because if he had come this weekend just to see it, he'd have walked in and he'd have crawled under a table and started yelling about, Charlie's in the in base and we're under fire. Because for the first time in 9th edition, there was a Triptide list on the board.
Oh. Man, okay. And here's the thing. If the online scene was less competitive focused...
the online scene is always going to be competitive. You know why the online scene's always going to be competitive?
Because you don't have any restrictions.
So. Exactly. There's no restrictions.
I don't like... So, okay, I like competitive from a outside standpoint.
I like watching competitive a lot.
I can't stand competitive currently, but it's not because of the meta. It's because I don't like juggling 17 different stratagems. I just don't. I don't like needing to. I wish there were less stratagems. That's what it is. Well, because I'm not gonna. I never remember every stratagem that I'll need in every situation.
There's a way to get around that, and that's a different way of playing the game, and I can show you some of my ways around that. Because I don't know. I'm an old man. I don't have good memory.
Because I'm good with what my army does from a stat block standpoint. I'm not great at use your command points at this point when you're doing this.
And now you know why I have my check sheets and my cards, so I can lay my cards out and go, reminding me to do this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. But yeah, you would have loved. I mean, people are playing what they wanted to play. I'll be honest with you. One of the people I had to drop, Kirsch, was literally playing Tau Sept with Long Strike and 3 freaking hammerheads.
Again,
he was going to have 4 freaking hammerheads on the table. And I want to tell you this because I'm going to say this. I played a hammerhead this weekend. You know what I learned about hammerheads?
What?
They fucking suck.
So, also, I am in the camp finally. No CP reroll. That's where I'm at. Don't do it. I ain't doing it. No more. Never again. Every time I do it, every single time, it's never worth it. Every single time.
What, you don't use CP to reroll?
No, you don't. Because it's dumb and it's a waste of your CP because it's almost never worth it. It's like 99% of the time not worth it.
I disagree, but I would say it's about 50% of the time not worth it. So I only use about 50%. I pretty much only use my CP for a couple specific strats, and every once in a while a reroll on something really important.
And I understand that, and that's valid. And you're not invalid for having that opinion. But I will never use another CP for a reroll. Ever.
I need a 2-up. I rolled a 1. I'm using a CP to reroll that bad boy.
No.
I need a 2 to hit that thing. If I hit that 2, I win. I'm using a CP to reroll.
No.
By the way,
But
salamanders are bullshit.
what I might...
Salamanders are bullshit. You don't get to reroll wounds. You don't get to reroll wounds. I'm playing Tau. What do you mean I don't get to reroll wounds? I don't get to reroll wounds. The hell, man?
Fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen. Yes, absolutely. Oh man, I need 2 damage on this D6. I need to roll a 2 on this D6 of damage from my last cannon to kill that dreadnought. Okay, roll a 1. CP reroll. 1. Mother!
Ben has that shirt. Ben literally has a shirt. I spend CP to roll 1s into 1s.
I hate it so much. So much.
Tog, I gotta tell you, I hate the freaking salamanders. I love them, but I hate them.
I love them from a lore standpoint.
I love them from a lore standpoint. I love their aesthetic. I love them from a lore standpoint. And as a Marine boy, they're one of my favorite chapters. When I'm playing Tau, I hate them. I absolutely hate them. What do you mean I don't get to reroll my wounds? What kind of bullshit is that? I mean, I didn't know that they had changed their ability. So I went into my first round playing salamanders, and I didn't go Cayune. I went, I'm gonna get in there because I want those rerolls. What do you mean I don't get my rerolls? My entire game was wasted.
Get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, I did.
Jesus.
80-76.
All right.
I had Marines beat Tau 80-76. That's how badly I did. I let Marines score 80 points on me.
It's because you're bad.
I am bad. I'm terrible.
Anyway,
I am a bad player.
So here's the thing.
I think next time I'm going to play
You know
Knights.
what I might try and get back into Warhammer with? I know I say it every time when something's like cool.
I'm going to play Guard.
I'm going to play World Eaters.
Here's the thing about World Eaters.
What?
So...
No, I'm not going to play World Eaters because I already gave it my Chaos Boys, and honestly, I don't want to touch Chaos.
I know.
I don't want to touch Chaos from I'm making an army composition. I just like Chaos because they're cool, but
they're great.
I don't want to make a Chaos army because I can't decide on what Chaos faction I like most.
Well,
that's how it is.
Give it soon here. We're going to have another one. Because you know who is building a World Eaters army?
Is it you?
No.
Who is it? Who the fuck is doing World Eaters? Who?
Lady D.
Oh.
She's building, she's building a custom World Eaters. You know what she's using for cultists?
What?
Novitiates.
Oh. Nice.
She's going to cover them in blood. And she's getting a t-shirt made. It's going to have a cat girl in a nun habit, covered in blood. Blood for the blood god.
Okay, so, but Guard would be fun, but Guard are going to be bad, so, I hope they're not bad. I really want them to be good.
Well, the idea is that the Guard is supposed to be the transitory...
And I'm going to play Guard in your narrative campaign.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
When I finally get that thing up and going.
Guard are based, you're right. For one of the first times in your life, you're correct on something. Anyway, Guard are based.
It's just funny that they were one of the guys highlighted in the intro to 9th edition, and they're going to be the last thing to get a codex, and the word is their codex is going to be the codex that bridges from 9th to 10th edition. It's going to be built to forward usable. You know what that means?
They're going to be awful.
They're going to be great in 9th edition, for about a month and a half. Then they're gonna get nerfed, and they're gonna go. And then
we have to have the narrative campaign in that month of time. In that month of time, we have to. Come on, please.
I'll tell you what. In that month and a half, we'll build a guard army, and we'll have you take it to Warp Storm and go base on some people there.
Yeah.
The 401st Dabbers.
I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it again.
I've got an STL for a dabbing guardsman.
What kind of guard am I looking at? Okay, so here's the thing, Bay. I love all guard. I do. But if I had to pick one guard regiment, it'd probably be the Valhallans, honestly. Now I'm thinking about it. Them or the Solar Auxilia, because I just like them aesthetically.
Solar Auxilia aren't a guard chapter, though.
But they look
so good.
Okay,
I know
from an aesthetic standpoint.
Oh, if you want to talk aesthetics, there's only one. If your
aesthetics are cool.
Well, aesthetics, there is one above everybody else.
Oh?
And that's the Talarn Desert Raiders.
Okay, that's valid. Even fucking Vey thinks that. Like,
the Talarn,
you're correct again.
The
Talarn
cool. Desert Raiders are some of the coolest looking sculpts they've ever done. Now, I will admit, the Valhallans
for Talarn to be cool, though.
I have them.
No. We need them to be playable. So when the new Codex comes out, they need to bring Rough Riders back.
They're not.
But it would be...
They're not bringing Rough Riders back.
I love Rough Riders. Stupid fucking 40k horse cavalry is cool as hell. Cavalry in 40k is cool.
Well, if you want to have cavalry in 40k...
You play Space Wolves.
No, you don't play Space Wolves. You play Mechanicum. They have fire dogs.
I hate the fire dogs.
The fire dogs are why? The fire dogs are so good.
That's not why I hate them.
No. They're fun. They're hilarious. They're terrible for stats. They're just hilarious. I don't
like the way they look.
I run 3 dogs up, and they breathe fire at everybody. And the guys on back pull out flamers, and they breathe fire at everybody. It's like, look, it's a Rammstein concert on a hoofback.
Oh my god! No, I just don't really like. I don't really like them aesthetically. That's actually my only issue with them.
I love the dog cavalry, and I honestly, I want a couple more boxes of them. I want to run. I want to be.
You know what's weird? What army I like aesthetically, but I'd never play? Gene Stealer cults. I think they've got a fucking. I think they look cool. I think they look really, really cool. I'd never fucking play them.
No, you know what the funny thing is?
Because from a lore perspective and from a fucking like gameplay perspective, I'd hate them.
You know what the funny thing is?
What?
I hate the Gene Stealer cults, but they have the best vehicle in the game.
I want to play Gene Stealer cults.
The Rock Crusher is such a cool vehicle. I want to get one just so I can use it for my orcs.
You know what I want to do? I want to play Gene Stealer cults, but as a guard regiment. Like, as in, like, from a thematic standpoint, using their rule set for guard.
It's called the Blood Brother.
No. Like, because the Tyranid stuff, yes, it's there. Like, obviously, it's built, it's baked in. But hear me out, okay? For Aberrants, there are dudes in exosuits. Easy. Like, I think that would be a super cool.
See, here's the thing:
stealth guard fucking regiment.
The Tyranids rules. I mean, the Gene Stealer cult's rules. The actual rules in their rulebook are really good. They're actually really good. Yeah, the models are just ugly as crap. Which is why I was going to take my old freaking squats and use them. But use the Gene Stealer cult rules, and then they announced the Leagues of O10, right?
Yeah, but it's the same idea with that. It would be a guard regiment using the rule set of the Gene Stealer cults, with the stealth and striking tactics, with the dudes in exosuits that have been cobbled together by their Mechanicus brethren. Like, I think that'd be fucking cool. I have a really dumb idea for what I do for the Patriarch. Be super dumb. It's a Space Marine. It's a retired, or more accurately, it's a renegade Space Marine.
That's a neat idea. It would be interesting to do it that way. I mean, well, you know what I was going to do for it, don't you? When I was going to do my,
Were you just gonna do like a fucking badass dwarf, like your fucking equivalent to oh, what's the super cool dwarf chief's name? Oh, I forget his fucking name.
I know
The white dwarf, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have him in Space Marine armor. I actually have a model of him.
No,
in
that's all.
Space-
But yeah, that's what I would
But
do.
that was
like,
that was literally
I'd
what
make like their patriarch just a fucking space marine,
But-
renegade captain.
But that was literally
who's just like
that's what I was literally going to do. I was going to buy the Magus and use the Dwarven Rune Priest for it. And, I mean, I literally had an entire Dwarven army set up
man,
for
that'd
that.
be okay.
I mean, it'd be a cool.
Think it would dramatically lean into my Grey Warden thing I was doing with like, oh my I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, like a mix between like renegade space marines and guard that are kind of heretics, but they're not like chaos heretics. They're just imperial heretics. I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. It could be used as like a villainous faction for a thing. Less than the Grey Wardens than a thing.
Play vote him.
I like messing around with thematics of armies to see what I can do to play an army that I normally wouldn't play.
That's true. But here's the flip side of that. And I'm not going to lie. I want to see you actually paint more than a single unit for an army before you worry about all the model conversions and whatnot.
Yeah, I
I mean, let's be real here.
I know. I try to get invested in an army and then just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, here's the thing. I love Mechanicus. I love the aesthetics of the Mechanicus. I love the Mechanicus army. The Laz chickens are hilarious and fun to use. The fire-breathing dogs are wonderful, and I love playing them. Big blobs of dudes with long rifles, just hilarious. I really like the Mechanicus. The problem is there's such a big army to paint. I got to sit down and actually eventually get around to painting my shit. And I don't know. I've been leaning more and more towards easier paint schemes so I can get an army on the table and play them quicker. My tower, I really love my tower. That was the laziest paint scheme I've ever come up with. I painted a hammerhead in 2.5 hours. I painted a hammerhead in 2.5 freaking hours. That was dumb, and it looks good. But it fits my scheme.
I've been fucking around with epic scale stuff on the fucking tabletop simulator a little bit. Epic scale's a little fun.
Epic was a fun game. I used to love Epic.
It lets you do the big 40k battles. Because I like 40k, but the battles are a little small.
They're manageable.
No, and absolutely. But 2,000 point battles are obviously they're skirmish. They're not a full war.
They're not a
battle.
war, but yeah, I mean.
But yeah, that's just a.
Now the flip side is
Age of Sigmar. Okay.
Yeah,
I
do.
Coming around to Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar is. I say it. I'm going to say it, Ray. Age of Sigmar is based. And this is what I'm going to tell you it's based. Every faction is beautiful. Is there an aesthetic you want? They're there. Why are you messing with shit again?
I'm listening to you, but this is what I do.
Every faction has its own unique aesthetic. And talking to painters and talking to builders.
That's right. No Bretonians. Make it cringe.
Why aren't there Bretonians? There's Bretonians. I have Age of Sigmar rules for Bretonians. I have Age of Sigmar rules to play Bretonians. Why don't you playing Bretonians?
Aren't those the first issue ones where they're fucking awful?
They're not awful.
Yes, they are. No, dude. I'm not even joking. Like, from a straight up, they are so bad. I have seen battle reports with those rules set. Yes, they are.
No, they're not. They're fine. The thing is that, here's the thing. Cities of Sigmar, they're getting their own thing now.
Yeah, and that's cool.
People are mad. because it looks like they're going to be focusing on the humans. So what's going to happen to the dwarves and the elves that aren't part of the big dwarves and elf factions that are in the
They
city?
get
City?
fucked. Who cares? Oh, that's sorry. Whoa.
That was not based. That was very not based of you.
I'm sorry. We have one human faction. We have 4 elven factions.
Yeah.
We have two
dwarves.
We have 1 human faction. 2 if you can. No, it doesn't not even count City of Sigmar because they're a mixed faction. We have 1 human faction.
Well, the new Crusade rules that are coming down, they're going to be their own something Crusade. I forget what it's called, but they've been showing off the bits that are going to be in the box, and it looks like the Bretonnians are coming back, along with a full Empire.
It would if they bring Bretonnians back, I'll play Age of Sigmar. That's my ultimatum. If they bring it Bretonnians back in that capacity, I will play Age of Sigmar. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Because that is the one thing that I have wanted to play. I like the other factions, don't get me wrong.
You know
but
why?
None of the other factions, from a story perspective, draw me in.
But the problem is the Bretonnian story isn't part of the normal world. They built a faction based on a mythological setting of regular Earth and went, we're going to put in.
They're going to obviously retool that.
Maybe. They might just reuse their colors and make them, hey, look, they're... Because they can't really copyright Bretonnian, so they're going to rename them.
But they can rename them, and that's
but they're going to rename them. They're going to be the Brecarian Avenging Knights, and they'll be
that's
you know.
fine.
If you don't have a problem with that,
I don't have a problem. The name is not the problem. The problem is the thematic, feeling you get out of them. Being cool, badass Arthurian knights, killing demons in single combat is so cool.
So what's wrong with playing the Stormcast?
Because they look awful. They don't look awful.
I'm going to say the what?
They don't look like knights. They look like fantasy space marines.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to play fantasy space marines. I want to play knights that go and look at a keeper of secrets and go, "Oi, get fucked." Because Grail Knights are cool. I love Bretonnians not because of what they are derivatively, but because of what's their place in the story was at the time.
And now you understand why Little D likes the Guard. Hi, I like normal dudes that just walk around with wheelbarrows to carry their nuts.
Well, yeah, you have the militia. You have the militia, and those are their dudes. But then you have the Grail Knights, and Grail Knights are so cool. Grail Knights. I love Arthurian Legends. Arthurian Legends are great. They're really cool. They're really fun. I really like them.
Yeah.
And having a dude,
I feel you.
A single dude who's just a human who's been blessed by his god, because his faith in his code of chivalry was so strong that he was chosen, and then looking at a demon and going, is cool.
So I'm going to comment for just a second. I'm going to quick say this to Mythos, because Mythos is mentioning how the big difference between 8th and 9th for AdMech and how intimidating the difference is. I never played them in 8th, okay? I'm going to say honestly, I never played them in 8th. I only got into them just before their codex came out, and I knew they were coming out, so I got them then knowing they had a codex coming out. Here's the thing to know about how AdMech play. You put a bunch of dudes on the table, you roll some dice, and you take people off the table. They're not that complicated. They've got little buffs, and there's neat little cards you can put to kind of keep track of what buffs are going on. They're not that complicated. The biggest thing to remember is that they're like Guard, but with good guns. I mean, weird-looking Guard with good guns. And the rules for them in 9th are really not intimidating. They're really cool. They're complicated because there's lots of little widgety pieces. They're just like the Guard. I mean, they're just like the AdMech are in the fiction. There's lots of little widgety pieces to everything. This guy gives a buff to these. This guy gives a buff to these. And this guy gives a buff to everybody. And they all stack. And then you buy this. And then they all have this additional buff. And it all works together in synergy to do yeah. And that's how they work. They're not that complicated as long as you have little things to remember what all your stacking buffs are.
I mean, listen, when you as a human being can look at a demon and it's like, ha ha ha, I am thousands of years old, how dare you stand me, mortal? And you go, you a bitch. And then smack it to the ground, because that's what happens when there are super cool Grail Knights. There's a story about a Grail Knight who straight up went toe-to-toe with a Bloodthirster, and killed it. That's so cool. Because they are dudes who've been given some blessings by their lady. They're paladins. That's what they are. And I understand that's what the Stormcast are.
You just don't like the Stormcast because of their armor.
Yeah, that's really it. I don't like their armor, and I don't like Sigmar. I've never liked Sigmar. Never thought his Sigmar even in Warhammer Fantasy was cool, because he's just the Emperor. He's just the Emperor. Yeah, Archaon did, but Archaon's also fucking hinged up on demon juice. And meanwhile, we got for the lady who took a little bit of a sip out of a cup, has a magic sword, and stabbed a Bloodthirster because it's a stupid demon and shouldn't exist.
My Tau did that too.
Yeah,
with a gun. Bang!
And that's the thing. I like Bretonnians because of they're not. This is the other thing. They're not immortal warriors that get brought back from death when they die. No, they die, and they die. That's it. They die, and their life has been sacrificed for the lady. Stormcast. Yes, they take penalties and they start to go mad from dying enough. But as a Stormcast, you can die 10, 12, 15 times and whatever. As a Bretonnian, you have one life. That's it. And you're choosing to give it for your people.
Like I said, when the new rules come out for the new Crusade with the replacement for Cities of Sigmar, you should look into it.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably have knights. They're going to obviously have all new models. It's funny, since they've been talking about that and they've been showing off lots of really cool bits for it. There's been less and less and less talk about Warhammer the Old World, so people are getting really worried that might have died in development hell, which would suck.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it has. I honestly don't believe it has, because I look at all the stuff that right now, all the stuff they're converting for Horus Heresy to plastic. There is so much stuff they've converted to plastic, and there's more coming. There's lots more coming for plastic.
No, absolutely. I
gotta say, I enjoy Horus Heresy. I liked it at first a lot more. I still like it. I'm not giving it up or anything stupid like that, but I liked it a lot more at first because it was new and shiny and different and much more narrative in its play. I gotta say that. On the other hand, that has some dumb rules that I do not like.
Yeah?
Dreadnoughts are broken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dreadnoughts are absolutely freaking broken.
That's always been a thing.
But they're even more broken now, because they can walk up and just, oh look, I'm going to yeet your entire unit of Marines. And guess what? If you don't got a heavy weapon, you can't do nothing against me. I'm killing you all. I mean,
and the weird thing is, that's makes sense,
But then, yeah, and luckily I'm not playing with the guys that are doing the whole meta thing. We're doing it just to play what we want to play. But it's just wow, dreadnoughts are broken. And if you don't have a dreadnought on the table, I mean, you're literally taking every heavy weapon and every vehicle on the table and using it to shoot at that dreadnought, because those things are freaking broken.
Yeah.
And
a message.
No, it's just a chat.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I like Age of Sigmar a lot. I like my Nurgle boys. I think they're a lot of fun. I can't wait to actually get to start painting my Lumineth elves, because I've got some ideas on how I want my Lumineth elves to go. seeing as my very first army ever in Warhammer was the High Elves, and basically the Lumineth are the High Elves from old Warhammer Fantasy with cows. So I'm going to be painting them to match my old scheme when I get around to them. I got to finish up the last of Commodore's terrain, and then I got to finish up my Nurgle army. I got to do a lot of painting. I have so much painting to do. I was hoping to get a lot more painting done these couple of weeks I'm off of work, and oh my god, I have had so many interviews. You've seen it. I have had so many interviews.
Oh man.
I guess you're gonna play Lumineth. You want to play? No, Ben. No, I don't. No, I love his Lumineth.
No, it's fair.
His paint scheme is beautiful, and I'm not getting a big Lumineth army. I'm got just a skirmishy force. I want to. Oof.
Damn.
The only reason you'd ever play an army is because they're meta. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. That is not why I want to play Lumineth.
Ben is a rude dude.
You are terrible. You're a
so
terrible
rude.
human being. I love
Ben,
you.
Ben,
I love you, and I rub your belly. I rub my belly at you, Ben. No, the reason I want to play Lumineth is that literally
they're meta.
No, they're not meta. They're really not meta. But I literally do not want to play with the meta army is right now. They're gross.
What's the meta army?
Lumineth. Not Lumineth. Sylvaneth.
Oh.
Sylvaneth. I don't want to play trees.
Trees lame.
Dude,
fuck trees. All my homies hate trees.
I saw a Sylvaneth army last week finish a game in round 1.
Didn't you have that happen to you with your Slaaneshi army?
Yeah, against the Lumineth army.
Oh, man.
I wonder who was playing that Lumineth army. Ben?
I want to play a funsy game because I don't know how this army works, and I'm still trying to learn.
Yeah.
And then Ben goes, yes.
I mean, elves in general are really good right now.
Yes, I see you want to play your army for fun, but instead, how about I...
No, it's all good. It's all good. No, it's the whole thing. I was literally...
Wait, no!
I was... I mean, here's the thing. The trees are really, really good right now. Their mobility is ridiculous. The way they can bounce all over the board.
Why are the trees have high mobility? It's dumb.
Because they teleport between trees. They can set up 2 sets of trees and they can teleport between the two.
That's dumb.
It's really cool. It's a cool ability.
No, it sounds cool, but also trees should not be fast. Trees should
Why?
be
They
slow.
tree walk. They tree walk.
Trees should not be able to walk through another tree.
They're not trees. They're elves. They're elves that do it. Now the flip side.
That's fair.
It's the elves that are.
Wood elves can be fast, but their trees should not be.
No, it's not the trees that are doing it. It's the elves that jump out with 30 archers and then disappear back into the trees, and they're halfway across the board. They're just fucking stupid.
Oh fuck.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, every army is good in a couple ways. Lumineth is really good with their archers. They're really good with their horses. The wild elves or the Canite elves, they're grotesque with with what's their big chick's name? Marathi. She's disgusting. She's broken as hell right now. The thing is, the new rules, the new 2022-2023 generals rules, kind of put a kibosh on all the armies running big monsters, because that were dominating, because they literally gave all the armies the ability to go, you're not rampaging on my guys. And they literally take away an ability from monsters because they didn't think about how powerful those monsters' abilities were, because Stormcast dragons were just rampaging on people, something awful for a while there. Lady D's almost done with her Marathi, but she's been in the same place for a while. She hasn't been in the mood to paint. She's been writing a lot lately and painting a painting for Commodore.
Ow!
So Oh, oh,
Ah!
oh. He's soft. He's soft like a marshmallow. Everything hurts him. He bruises like an overripe peach. He bruises like an overripe peach. He's so soft. So, I did. I did do it. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That is enough. I love Nurgle. Nurgle's funny. They're hilarious right now. They're so durable, and yet they do all kinds of shenanigans. They're slowly making their shenanigans, but they slowly creep across the board and shenanigan the crap out of it. But there's a Stormcast build that absolutely just drives me nuts because Stormcasts have a build that lets them teleport all over the board too. There's a couple armies that have this whole I jump across the board, and I jump across the board, and I jump across the board. I'm just like, you know what? Shut up. I hate you. And there's a lot of armies that are doing that. And that's part of the power. Age of Sigmar is weird. It's a fun game. It's a game I can't take seriously. That's why I don't really actually follow the meta, because you just want to play fun figures and do weird stuff and whatever. And I don't really care.
Dragon.
Big
dragon storm.
I want a big
both dragons. I'm gonna play both dragons on the
I wanted the dragon cavalry. They've got these dudes that are riding dragons.
No, big dragons.
No, you understand. I want them all. I want the big dragons and the dragon cavalry.
How many points is a big dragon?
I don't know. I didn't look it up.
You should play an army that has both the big dragons in it. Both of them. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, no problem.
Big dragon.
I mean, you understand there's a Nurgle list. There's actually a specific Nurgle detachment, or whatever they call it. I forget what they call the groups. But specifically it's for Nurgle, where you play with three fat boys. You play 3 great unclean ones. Those are 495 points apiece.
You know what?
1,500 points of army, and it's 3 figures. But you get a special ability.
Why don't Heathen Knights of Slaanesh have Daemon Princes?
They do. They have 1.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Why don't Nurgle have Demon Princes?
Yeah, that's dumb.
You know why they don't have Demon Princes?
Why?
Because the only people that have Demon Princes in Age of Sigmar are Slaves of Darkness.
That doesn't even make sense. There's one unaligned fucking Demon Prince. Only one. There's one. No.
You can take and put a Demon Prince into your Nurgle army and make him a Slaanesh. I mean, you can make him a Nurgle aspected Demon Prince, but he's considered an ally. He's not. He does not get.
Which is dumb.
I don't disagree with you, but for them, it's a balancing thing.
Why?
Because Demon Princes are really powerful.
Okay, I understand that, but you know what really fucks up? Crusade, or whatever it's fucking called. Narrative campaigns.
Path of Glory.
Path of Glory. Because from a thematic and storytelling perspective, a Daemon Prince being at the head of a warband is kind of what Chaos does.
Except not in Age of Sigmar.
But no, yes they do.
No, they put heralds in charge of warbands. Because remember, every army has like 5 or 6 different aspects and heralds. And now it's all about putting aspects and heralds. That's
except they have the Heathen Knights of Slaanesh have a Daemon Prince. They have like a named Daemon Prince that
they have 2 princes. Correct. They have the Heathen Knights of Slaanesh have 2 princes. Because they have the twin big boy with the girl at his horns, and then they have Prince shows off his butt. I forget his name.
Prince who got peed on got killed by random troll 97.
Prince who shows off his butt.
Yeah, well, fuck GW.
They're here for your wallets.
Fuck GW.
Yeah. Well, but that's the whole thing. I mean, so they've got their two princes. Nurgle has two princes. Nurgle actually has two princes.
Well, yeah, but if they have those, why can you not have a unnamed demon prince for your Path of Glory campaigns? When Age of Sigmar is supposed to be way more story driven than 40k is.
Because that's not the way Chaos works anymore. Chaos...
But we literally have examples of why that is how Chaos works. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It's funny because demon princes haven't been part of specific armies for three versions now. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, ever since Age of Sigmar came out, demon princes have been only slaves to darkness. You can ally them in. You could totally ally one in, make it your warlord, make it your leader, and boom.
But you can't do that in Path of Glory.
You should be able to.
No, because it's an ally. You can't do it with an ally. You can only do it on... Remember, that was the whole problem we were having with your list. As we looked originally at Demon Prince, but then you decided not to because you wanted to do your keep your secrets. And obviously, because your keep your secrets are super cool. But I think the weird thing is, it's like Demon Princes have always been baked into what Chaos is as leaders of Chaos warbands. And here's the other thing. There's a way in Path of Glory to elevate your leader into a Daemon Prince, but then he gets moved to an ally slot.
I don't know if he does.
I'm fairly certain that's what I was reading when last time we were talking about this.
We'd have to
talk to Ben, but I'm fairly certain.
No, we just got to pull out one of our Chaos Codexes that I have and read the rules on it.
And if that's how it works, again, that's a little dumb.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. In the new Nurgle book, there are no princes. There's no princes. I mean, there's two figures that are princes because there's Epidemus,
yeah,
and there's a Horcrux Slimex.
Yeah, but there's not a Daemon.
But they're named characters that are princes of Nurgle. And that's the problem.
That's why I'm like, why can you not have unnamed Daemon princes? That feels.
And that's the funny thing. You would think that each Chaos army would have prince. You would have a demon prince in the list somewhere, because the new model is specifically designed to fit into any army.
Even though it really does look like it. Okay, I do like the new model, most of it, but it really does look a lot more Khorne affiliated by its base.
No, you didn't see.
Just the torso and the wings. They look very much bloodthirsty. They do.
Well, I mean, but that's always been the case with the demons, unless you bought the specific prince for your codex. But here's the thing: they've got different heads. Each one looks more aspected.
And that's super cool. The problem is that I wish there was more modular parts.
Well, but that's the other problem with it, because you look at it that way, they look like they're corny, but Khornites don't get a prince either.
Yeah.
It's just a generic Chaos. They just go to Slaves of Darkness.
Which is, I don't get it. I don't understand, because it doesn't make sense from a storytelling, or I don't even think from a balance perspective. Because realistically, the normal Daemon Princes are going to be stronger than the Daemon Prince that you can build, but you can do more with a modular Daemon Prince from a customized for your list. And I think you should have that option.
Well, you have that option. I feel just not for the narrative campaign.
You do, again, but you take penalties for having an ally.
No.
Unfair. I thought do you not take penalties for having
an ally? You don't have a penalty for taking an ally.
Okay.
You just have a limit to how many points you can spend on allies.
Okay. But it still feels weird to have it as an ally and not have it as the leader.
Hey, it's on 40. It's on 40K. 40K. I'm blanking on the Chaos army. Let me throw a prince in there. Boom, he's in there. Yeah, because Chaos doesn't. Because 40K doesn't care about balance. I mean, I didn't get that one in there.
I mean, right. But, I think it should just be you can take any Daemon Prince you want, but remember, you can only have one Daemon Prince in your army, or you should only be able to.
You can have
because Daemon Princes are
in 40K. You could have one Daemon Prince per detachment.
Okay, that's fair. No, that's what I mean. you shouldn't be able to have more than one Demon Prince in a detachment, obviously, because it doesn't make sense. Demon Princes don't share.
You know what's funny?
Demon Princes do not share.
You wouldn't think that, but you know what's funny?
What?
You wouldn't think Greater Demons would share either.
No, but Greater Demons would share all the time. That's not the problem. Greater Demons aren't jealous of other Greater Demons or of Demon Princes, because Demon Princes are below them. Or at least in their viewpoint, they're below them. Just like Demon Princes view Greater Demons as below them sometimes. It depends on the... They're willing to work with other ones because they do. That's what they do. Is it a little weird when it comes to Lords of Change that they work with other ones? Maybe a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what I saw this weekend?
But Bloodthirsters work together all the time.
You know,
Bloodthirsters have... There's a Khornate warband called the Three... something on Khorne's world. Called like the Three Heads or something. I forget what they're fucking called. But it's a warband led by 3 Bloodthirsters. A council of 3 Bloodthirsters that are basically like the Hounds of Cerberus is what they theme themselves as.
Well, you talk about that. You know what's funny? This weekend, at the 40K tournament, somebody played Be'lakor. And in the Be'lakor army, he had one of each Greater Demon.
Yeah. That's cool. That's super cool, and I think that's really thematic.
He won.
He got first place?
He won.
I'm not going to lie. That's kind of cool, though, right? Like, it's like running a Titan list, but with demons. Is that just me? Am I just...
You know what the whole thing with demons is now?
What?
I can bypass... I can bypass invulnerable saves. I don't have invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
I don't have invulnerable saves.
You know what I mean, right? Like,
yeah, it was ridiculous. It was, man, they what the fuck pwned a bunch of the Grey Knights. It was just hilarious.
I think the idea of a list of 4 Greater Demons at Be'lakor is super
and then a bunch of little dudes around them.
Yeah,
that's like, oh my god.
Thematically, that's cool as fuck, dude. Because it's the 5-point star. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like if you could... You know what it is? It'd be just like if you could run Abaddon with 4 Greater Demons. It's the same thing. That's cool as fuck. Or Abaddon with like a Chaos leader, like a Khornate leader, a Slaneshi leader, a Tzeentch leader, and a Nurgle leader. If you could run 5 detachments, you know. Or I guess you could break that down. You could technically make that 4. You would just put Abaddon at the head of one of the other detachments.
You put him in the greater. You put him in the. Well, whatever. There's a lot of ways to do it. You just have to be dumb.
No, from a mechanical standpoint, obviously, Be'lakor's ridiculous. But
Be'lakor is absolutely ridiculous.
It's so cool, though.
He's a great model. And
Be'lakor's cool looking, and also, I like Greater Demons and think they're cool too. I mean, some of their sculpts are cool. Some of the other ones are...
What? Which sculpt do you not like?
I've never liked the Lords of Change.
They're actually seeing a good one painted up. They look really
That's
cool.
fair.
I saw one painted up this weekend.
Not never. I have not seen many Lords of Change paint schemes that I've liked.
Well, with Tzeentch getting their new rules for Age of Sigmar, you're going to see Lords of Change a lot now.
And listen, I have a bias towards Khorne.
Do you know why I don't like Tzeentch?
Why?
Because Zangors are the worst model ever.
No, it's not. It's not Lords of Change that are my problem. Some of the Keepers of Secrets models don't look great. Some of the other ones look fucking fantastic. But I forget which one it is, but there's a Keeper of Secrets model that to this day I think looks absolutely awful.
I want the 2 named... I forget what the 2 named chicks that are like butterfly keepers of keepers of secrets. I forget what they're called. They're just gorgeous.
Man. But no, the idea of that list sounds cool. I can't imagine fighting it.
It was stupid.
Did you go up against it?
Oh, hell no.
Thank God.
He came in first, though.
You would have lost like a 95 to 14.
Sisters almost beat him. Because Sisters of
that's
Battle,
pretty cool.
Sisters of Battle are gross. Honestly,
I also watched
according to the guy that was playing him, and I know him pretty well. The only reason that he lost again, and we might be collaborating with this guy later on, just so it's said. I've been talking with him because he has a Twitch and a YouTube channel where he talks about tacticals and stuff like that. He's pretty tight. So, but he was running Sisters, and Sisters are pretty broken right now. And the only reason that the guy won is that he spiked on a couple of grotesque armor rolls. Like, he had no reason to live.
I know.
And he rolled like 20 dice. At one point he rolled like 20 dice for saves, needing 5s, and only failed 2.
Okay, so here's my thing.
Oh, there it is. Failed. Here it is. Skynox is talking about it. He failed 7 saves the entire game.
So here's my thing. The one thing I have noticed, though, I know people will say Bellacore is fucking ridiculous right now, and like I don't.
Skynox, you played against him. How ridiculous is Bellacore to play against?
But the one thing I've heard is that Bellacore crumples to psychers, like mass psychers. Like, so against Grey Knights and against Thousand Suns, he kind of crumples.
I don't know that. I know when I faced him,
because he's got 1 deny, and that's it. Because I saw a Grey Knight list tear him apart.
Well, that's the thing.
He threw himself in, he killed a Dread Knight, and then was just hit with 22 mortal wounds in a single round.
I know he played Sisters 1 round, and he barely escaped because he couldn't fail saves. He played against, I think, Tau 1 round, and he walked through them. And I thought for his other round, he played against Grey Knights and absolutely pwned them.
I've also seen this Grey Knight list where like they have a blob of 10 paladins with as much stacking on them as possible and an apothecary running with them at all time. And it's just like, hi, we got attacked in melee by Abaddon and lost 1 paladin.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Abaddon's stupid. Obviously, Abaddon's like...
Yeah, Abaddon is...
From what I've heard, Abaddon is one of like the scariest melee killers in the game.
He's actually really freaking broken right now. He really is. He's really good, though. I don't want to say he's absolutely broken. He's just kind of like, holy crap.
You got to do stuff on your...
So we're going to do a shout-out. Since we're getting close to the end of the night, I want to give a shout-out to my different patrons. So I want to give a quick shout-out to the guys and gals that support me every month. And I want to thank them so much for what they do. For $1 a month, at the low end, we get into our Discord. We haven't been in Discord much lately, but I'm trying to get more about it. And there's other things going on with that. There's going to be some changes up lately to give everybody a little bit more benefit for what they do. So I want to start off by giving a big shout out first off to my Battle Brother members, which we've got Inquisitor Zane. Zane, I miss you so much, buddy. I wish I could see you. I haven't seen you in a while. We have the lovely and beautiful, the absolutely adorable, and her bloody daughters of Cain, Tina Karskio. We have my buddy out of Cleveland, Joe Bookish. And then lastly, my guy.
No,
with a great is he a battle leader? He upgraded to a battle leader. He upgraded to a battle
leader. You skipped over Mini Wormut.
I didn't skip over Mini Wormut. I want to talk about him because his channel's been producing a lot of content lately. And I want to give him a specific shout out. And then, of course, my brother Al.
Yeah,
I'm gonna punch him.
No, he abuses me. Help!
My brother Alex, the great modeler. He had a show this weekend. I wanted to go there, but I was in that tournament. If I hadn't been in that tournament, I would have been out the show. You want to ever see some really good modeling stuff? You go out to the Modeler's Cave. I'll get some links out there. He does amazing work. Take a peek at him. Historical, lovely work. My second tier are my battle leaders, and I want to give a big shout out to them. These are people that, for $3 a month, they support me. It's a bottle of paint a month. It's appreciated, and it really does help me in little ways. So thank you so much. Starting off with Black Rose Dragon, better known as Mythos from Frost and Fist. We have the amazing obnoxious, lovely man. I love him so much. He's an amazing painter, and I want to sit down and maybe interview him and talk about his attitude problem he has with 40K, because he's got an attitude problem, and that's the lovely Ben Karski. I love him.
Imagine having an attitude
problem. Imagine having an attitude problem.
Imagine having attitude.
And then, of course, like I said before, my buddy from Cleveland, Joe Bookish, who I thought was a $1, but he is a $3 patron.
He's a $3.
Joe Bookish.
Get it right.
Now, lastly,
get it right.
I have my two $10 patrons. Lovely people, $10 a month. You know, that's a brush, half part of a couple bottles of paint, a cup of coffee at Starbucks. I want to say thanks so much to my lovely niece, the Pirate Phoenix, and my man coming on from orbit, the guy that watches over our chat and makes sure that you guys stay in line and does everything he can to make fun of Little D here.
You know,
the man.
Stop bullying me, maybe. That'd be nice.
You could stop bullying him, but then what better thing is there to do than bully Little D? So I want to give a big thank you to my guy, the Commodore.
Yeah.
Oh, he had sisters twice. Oh, the other sister shot 26 Meltas, only got one through. I mean, this guy spiked armor saves all weekend.
Ben?
Incy Wincy Teeny Weeny D. The only thing small about him is his aspirations. So, and my expectations of him. I love you so much. You need a haircut and a shave. We're going to dress him up real nice before we get to the wedding. I'm going to shave his head, shave his face,
sure,
and make him look like a man.
Shave it all.
I will. We're going to shave you down.
Sure.
You down for that?
I don't give a fuck.
All right. We're going to come looking like men.
I think it's a horrible idea. I think I'm going to look awful bald. But
we're men. We're manly men.
Not bald, but like.
Yes, I wanted to quick also talk about that. Now, people who've been on the channel know that the last few months, last year and a half or so, I've been talking about Falklandia Gaming, which has been a partial sponsor, helping with a lot of projects, and done a bit to help me get some projects going. Well, Falklandia Gaming is no more. They have moved to a new location, their independent store, Warp Storm Gaming. So the Warp Storm Gaming Tournament Tour is now the Warp Storm Store, and it's its own store on 60th and Layton.
Not moved, getting ready. Yeah.
They'll be open. They're not open yet. They're not moved. They're getting ready to move. So they got a lot of their stuff already moved. A lot of big things happening. So it'll be interesting to see. And as we get more details, I'll probably, if we can get down there with the camera, maybe talk to the staff and see what's going on as soon as they get opened up. I know there's a lot of stuff that's already been moved. Lady D's art is already down at the new place to be hung up and up for sale in a better environment, I guess, to sell it. So it'll be interesting to see. A lot of people that we like and hang out with are going to be at that store more often. And we'd probably be there a bit more. Plus, they're right next door to a Culver's.
All right.
Oh, and you got some stuff cooking too. Well, that'll be interesting to see, Skynotch. You don't have to talk. Obviously, it won't be this weekend, but maybe Sunday. Maybe we can see if we can pop by and talk to some people. If nothing else, we've got the chat. So that being said, we're going to wrap things up for the evening. You got anything you got on your mind that you haven't talked about? No. You know why? Because he's cringe. He's cringe and I'm bass. That is our new names. I'm big bass, and this is little cringe. You know, it's a hip dad. It's a hip Gen X dad that gets to use these terms and not be cringe. So,
Commodore ban him. Ban him immediately.
I want to thank all of you for coming here. I want to thank everyone.
Oh my God, Ben! You want to come here and like be a co-host? You go ahead. Sure, go ahead.
Do I have a potted cactus?
Oh, guys are being
no.
I show up out of the goodness of my heart to do stream with Dad, and I get bullied all night.
Well, you got to have one guy that takes the abuse and one guy that gives the abuse. That's what you have in a good. We're like Abbott and Costello. You're Costello.
I hate you. I hate you.
We're like Laurel and Hardy. Abbott and
I
Costello. Martin and Lewis.
And the fucking string. Cringe Lord.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for being on this night. We will see you very soon. And until then, keep rolling, keep playing, keep it honest, and always be epic. Thanks so much and have a great, great week.